Hi Chuck, how are you doing?
I'm doing okay.
Thank you very much for taking time and sitting down with us and talking about Testament and heavy metal and everything else, hopefully.
Oh yeah.
So, a question we like to ask our guests basically every time, especially guests who have been around for so long. Where do you see the difference between being a musician today as compared to when you started back in the 80s?
Well, as far as being a musician, I think it's still dealing with the record industry and business, so it's always going to be tough no matter what you do. But what I've noticed through 30 years of it is there's been different climates and changes of music styles. And I could see that the climates change, and all I can say is bands like now that come out, really got to just kind of stick with what they believe in and, play what they really believe in playing and do it and stay with it. I noticed bands that have done that, Testament, Slayers, Anthrax, Megadeth, bands like that in this genre of music have stuck to what they've done and haven't jumped to there. Because when you start jumping, fans don't like that, and you start writing different. It just changes it. So that's a big thing I see. And I always try to tell new bands, try to just stick with what you love.
Sure. Something which always comes to my mind is the 90s were actually more characterized by grunge, becoming bigger and maybe putting metal a little to the side.
Well, it squashed it really.
It squashed
I noticed it for us because we're on Atlantic Records, is a major record label, and they had Big Machine working us as a heavy metal band, and at that time there must have been 150, 200 radio stations across the country that you can listen in your car and hear heavy metal all day. And then as soon as that whole grunge thing hit, the Pearl Jam, Nirvana is kind of when that movement swooped in, a lot of the radio kind of jumped with it too. Mm-hmm. And that was formatting a lot of stations. All of a sudden, next like overnight, really felt like was down to under 40 stations. Wow. And it just like that, and it's like, wow, what a change for heavy metal. And then the Headbangers Ball, no more, and then it just kind of everything started going. And then next the labels started like dropping some of the metal bands and trying to sign more bands.
Maybe less budget.
Times were changing because the budgets, I think the big corporate labels were seeing that, hey, I can get these bands that are selling millions of records, doing records really cheap. I want more of that, instead of shelling out these big budgets, big videos. And the records aren't
selling. Economics, basically.
It was a real funny change in time at that point,
And how did you? I mean, of course, that's how you perceived it. And how did you adapt to it?
Well, for us, because that was a crossroad for us as Testament, because we were on the Ritual record, and that's when the band was splitting up. Alex was going to make a decision; he's going to go his ways, and so we knew, okay, this is it. And that was all kind of happening right then. So at that point, we were like, man, our band's broken up now. So we have one more record with Atlantic Record. Times are changing. Me and Eric were real pissed off and wrote the Low record, which is, I was saying like Dog-Faced Gods on there, and started using more of the death voice on there. And I don't know, I think that just kind of set it for us, and that's what we were going to do. That record, Demonic, came out after that, and that was all death metal stuff. And then times changed, and then we did the Gathering record in 1999, and that's kind of where we refound ourselves again, and metal was making a movement again, started happening. A lot more bands around the world making names for themselves, and so that's when we kind of got re-sparked, and that's after that record I got sick with cancer and beat the hell out of cancer.
Exactly. Right.
And the band did a reunion, and ever since then we just kind of been like going strong, full bore,
So did you adapt to the new times? Because basically when you did the reunion, it was the internet really kicked in. So low album sales, but you had new channels, YouTube, MySpace, whatsoever, to get closer to the fans than ever before. Mm-hmm. Did you do any of that?
Well, we did. That's our fans definitely connected us through that way, internet and stuff. Yeah, totally. I mean, it was a big change for the fans too. But the thing that really made us go, wow, as heavy metal fans are so true and loyal to their bands. I mean, it's not just the downloading. They have CDs and records.
Yeah.
They support their bands and believe in that part of it.
Okay, so you see that
Yeah.
they support and they still go out and buy records.
Yeah.
Oh, that's great. And I saw a few years ago, I don't know if you still do it, fans were able to vote on the set list on your website.
Yeah.
Is that correct?
Yeah. And what that usually happens, because there's too many songs to pick, and we're all like, oh, I want that one, I want that one. And so let's see what the people kind of want. And most of them pick what the ones we chose too.
Fortunately.
Yeah. So I mean, that's the best we can do. But it's always good to have somebody else's opinion.
We always wonder. We talk to different artists from all over the world, and we gathered that some artists, they think, let's say, outside the box in terms of branding. They think that only selling music or playing shows is a bit difficult, so they start getting into different businesses, like as I was saying, branding,
Everything.
clothing,
Yeah.
or something.
Yeah.
Do you have some
I've done that.
ideas?
I've got the Chief herbal vaporizer out through LordVapor.com, and
what is that exactly?
It's a device that you put marijuana in it, and it doesn't actually burn the marijuana like smoke, like a pipe. It actually is a coil that gets so hot it burns the THC off the weed, and then it's not like you're blowing a smoke; it's air. And it's like you're getting the effects of the marijuana through it.
Okay.
You know, so yeah, I've started that line.
How did you get to that idea?
I have a friend that owns the company, and he wanted to do it because Snoop Dogg and them have a line with the G Pen and stuff. So he's a metalhead, so he wanted to do a metal series. So he asked me if I wanted to be the first artist in the signature series. So we said yeah. So we just put our heads together, worked on it for about 6 months in development,
Cool.
and then came out in March this year.
Yeah. Is it available worldwide?
Worldwide.
How do
yeah.
you do the distribution?
LordVapor.com. We have we just online sales
Online.
only for it right now, and then we're planning to do distribution worldwide to the shops around the world.
Okay.
But right now it's just online, because right now I did the first 1,000 of them. I signed and numbered 1 through 1,000, so the fans can get
1,000 you signed by hand.
signed by hand and numbered them. So those are going quick, and almost are gone. So it's been cool.
Interesting.
Yeah.
And another venture which you started is breaking
Management.
bands.
Breaking bands. Yeah.
Management. Can you elaborate on that?
Johnny Z, who owned Megaforce Records, and Maria Ferrero. She worked for Megaforce Records. She actually signed Testament, and myself. We decided to get together and start. We've been talking about it. Just I don't know how serious we were until one day when I was off the road and everybody just said, are we going to do this? And we said, yeah, let's do it. I think it's a next step for someone like me. I've been on the road almost 30 years and pretty hands-on in the business part of the organization and touring part of it. So
You have a lot of experience.
yeah, I thought maybe I have something in that I can contribute to management team. So it made sense, and it's been a challenge, been a lot of work, but it's been good, It's interesting.
I can imagine. And what kind of bands do you manage? Or which bands?
Well, the first band we had was Exodus. Maria was managing them at the time, so that we kind of walked into that one. And Soilwork we're working with now, and new band Shattered Sun, Texas.
Okay.
Those are our 3 main acts right now, and got another band, Forest Day, that's not metal. It's really
that would have been my next
it's
question.
really pop kind of stuff, commercial pop. It's like college, It's really different.
Interesting.
Forest Day, look it up, and it's very interesting.
Forest Day, we will. Well, Chuck, thank you very much for this very interesting interview, and we wish you all the best
Thank
in the
you.
future, and hope to see you again.
All right, thanks.
Take care. Thanks.
Cheers.